Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing okay. I was hoping to make a different video this week. I wanted to make an Attic Archives episode and I did start to pull it together, but I'm having such a weird time health-wise still that it just didn't really work out. I wasn't well enough every day to pull together clips for the archives, if that makes sense. So we're doing another journal with me. Apologies to those of you who maybe are sick of them. This is only the third one. I feel like that's not too bad, really. And you guys are usually very nice to me about what I want to make. That being said, this is a journal with me, so if you want to mute me and listen to music or just body double with the image playing, that's absolutely fine. You don't have to listen to me, I promise. It's cool. If you want to listen to me the first time and then mute me the rest of the time, that's also fine. I really like these kinds of videos for body doubling, so obviously do what you want. I just wanted to make sure that I offered something this week. I know that you guys tell me it's okay to take a break if I want to, and I agree, I would like to take a break sometimes. But this week was one of those weeks where I think the routine was more important for me than the rest, if that makes sense. I did take a lot of time off already this week, which is why there's no Attic Archives, but I've had such a foggy time that I think being able to sit down this afternoon and make something concrete to look back on was more important than anything else, even if it is only a little journal with me video. For those of you who maybe haven't been around as long and who don't know this, the reason I started making the Attic Archives originally was because I was having such a hard time this time last year with my memory and stuff that I started collecting bits of my days and what I was up to as a way of making it concrete, as the way of collecting something to look back on that was tangible and that I could like see. It's been a problem, I guess, for a lot of my life, my memory. I've always had a really hard time with being foggy and hazy and losing huge chunks of time, and especially recently I've had a lot of trouble with like existing sort of automatically rather than actually existing presently, if that makes any sense. I did actually get my appointment through from my referral for the neurophysiology/sleep clinic. And it's a whole year away, which is like, you know, it wouldn't be so bad if I wasn't already feeling like I was in crisis, but I do kind of feel like I'm in crisis. I'm having such a difficult time just even getting through a week or a day. So much of my life at the moment is just managing symptoms rather than what it usually is, which I guess is like 60% work, 40% symptom management. Now we're definitely flipped the other way around. I have to schedule working on my zine pages between naps and hours that I know are drowsier and foggier than others and stuff, and it just sucks. I don't really want to spend a long time talking about it, but I feel like there's no way to not talk about it because it's taking up so much of my life right now. But yeah, so everything is taking me a very long time. I'm working on the Everyday Gloom zine. I'm making some notes in this video. I'm referring to the notes I made in my A5 file of facts, and then I'm making personal size pages for my current file of facts. It's not super interesting, it's just notes. I'm writing about the pages I've been working on, and I only have 3 pages. It's so annoying. I think a couple of weeks ago when I made an Attic Archives episode, or maybe one of the other journal with me's, I talked about how I had worked out the front cover for the zine and I had made the first page, and then normally things get a lot easier after that because once you kind of establish the visual language, things sort of pull together a bit quicker. I'm not really experiencing that this time. At the moment my brain feels like I'm thinking through quicksand. It's very difficult. I'm so tired, like not just tired but like sleepy. It's not just the fatigue and the lethargy that I'm used to, but like it's the sleepiness. It's like that thing when you're a kid at a sleepover and you're trying really hard to stay awake to watch a film, but you're like half asleep the entire time, so you like have vague ideas and memories of what you're looking at and what you're doing, but you're really just like half asleep, so it's all messed up and slightly unreal, and it's all a bit like, I don't know. That's how I'm living. I'm not sure how to explain it. It's just, I don't know, it's a really hard time. That being said, though, I am still working on stuff. It's just all taking me a lot longer than I would expect it to, or that it would normally. I've always been pretty patient with my health stuff and with the time frames I need. That's why I'm a freelancer. I literally chose to be a freelancer because I hit like 17 or 18 years old and I was like, oh, I'm never gonna manage working for someone else and having to work at a particular time frame or within certain hours of the day, because I've never been able to exist like that. I've always kind of needed to work out things at my own pace and take breaks as often as needed and stuff, but at the moment is a whole other level. I'm not really sure how to manage it. I'm just kind of trying my best and sleeping a lot and then waking up and trying again, I guess, which is more frustrating some days than others. But it feels impossible to explain it with words and not sound ridiculous. It's a lot. Hopefully, whatever this is, maybe it's just some sort of flare-up. I guess maybe I was really stressed the last few months with all the stuff that went on, and maybe I just flared up. And maybe if I take it slow enough, it will flare back down. And then maybe I might not be in such a bad state while waiting for my appointment. That's the hope. But I don't know. I don't know what I did to break my brain like this. I guess the only interesting thing now is that it's probably, like, it's knowing that it's probably not just autistic burnout. Like, it's likely that there's something much bigger going on behind the scenes that has always been there, and I've just done something to really piss it off. I have a pretty strong theory. I've been talking to a couple of you guys about the theory because a few of you have approached me. And it's an interesting theory. It would certainly explain a lot, but as I said the last couple of weeks, I don't really want to talk about it until I know, because the idea of just sitting here and speculating is a bit silly. But now my appointment is a whole year away, so I'm kind of like, well, I don't know how to feel about that. I don't know. As I say, I don't really want to talk about it, but I feel like I don't have a choice because it's become such a big part of my day. But there we go. I'll try and leave it there. I don't want to talk about it. In the video, I'm working on these little pages. I'm just making notes, as I said. I've made like 2 introductory pages. There's the one on the left, which I put the blue dot on, and then on the reverse of that same page, there's the second introductory page. The page I'm writing on now is one about music. I'm going to make a page about spooky music, and hopefully like a playlist maybe to go with it. It is starting to pull together. The idea, I think, is that there will be 3 introductory pages. The first one is kind of about struggling with summer, like vaguely. I've not used like specific words about like which month it is or anything, but it's talking about summer. And then the second introductory page is about like how I found spooky stuff as a kid, and about kind of like how it took over my life a bit. And then I think the third introductory page will be about how I made gloomy spooky stuff like a practice, basically, like how I made it such a big part of my life, I guess, and like why it's important to me, maybe. I don't know. Most of the sketchbook pages for the zine are like more image than text, so it's not like a lot of words. But it is interesting to write about a little. I am kind of tweaking the text as I go, but it is kind of fun. And then after those 3 introductory pages, I'm gonna make like the guidebook pages in air quotes. So the sort of like things I do within the year or within like the summer months, the out of season months, to maintain like a feeling of gloomy and spookiness. It sounds really silly when I talk about it out loud, I'm not gonna lie to you. But it is really fun to work on. It's nice, especially because Halloween stuff is starting to appear in TK Maxx and HomeSense here in the UK. I'm not sure what the American equivalent is, TJ Maxx, and then is Home Goods what HomeSense is? I see people talk about Home Goods, so maybe it's that, but there's some Halloween stuff appearing. I found some mugs. I got a cool mug. I got one. It's like orange with bats. I'll put it on screen. It's cute. I can't wait to put like hot chocolate in it in the autumn. I don't think I'm going to use it yet. I think I'm going to save it for autumn, because it's like very orange. But it's so nice to be working on these pages in like the late summer, or like that was ambitious, the midsummer. We're not late summer yet. I wish we were late summer. It's only the 7th of July, so I really can't be getting ahead of myself, but it's nice to be working on these pages while also knowing that some spooky stuff is popping up in like very specific shops. In the UK, none of the rest of the shops will have anything until like very late August, September. Definitely September, not August. I got my months mixed up. Nothing will appear until late September. They really push it. Last year, one of my local supermarkets didn't even have anything Halloween at all, which was very depressing. I'm not gonna lie, I was extremely let down. But it's nice, at least that TK Maxx and HomeSense are carrying me this season. Yeah, I don't know. So I'm making notes anyway on these pages. They're really cool. I'll put them on screen for a few seconds and you can see them. There's 3 pages, as I said, and I think they're cool. I think I like them. I just wish my brain would work a bit faster because it really feels like trying to find, I don't know, like, it's just a lot. It kind of feels like, you know, when you were a kid and you had wired earphones and they were really tangled up to such a degree that you couldn't listen to anything without spending like 15 minutes untangling the wire. That's how I feel trying to pull an idea out of my brain at the moment. It's just sitting there and untangling this ball, when normally it would be like kind of effortless, I guess. Like if I was inspired, it would just kind of happen. But now, even though I feel inspired, in air quotes, like I feel like I'm still having to sit there and untangle this giant ball of earphones, like, but every time I undo a knot there's just more knots and I don't know where they're coming from, that kind of thing. It's like it never ends. It's like a nightmare. But yeah, I don't know, what else did I do this week? I worked on some new ghost cards. I'll put them in the shop for you. I'll put them on screen as well. There's one for, I think, for falling behind in your journal. So like it's okay to fall behind, but you can catch up kind of thing. And like I know it's important to catch up. And then there's another one for just generally finding a lot of comfort in your journal. And that was kind of nice to work on. I think I did that over the weekend. And it was nice. I want to print them for my file of facts. I was meant to do that and I forgot. I think I was meant to do that on Monday. It was on my list. And I forgot. I'll do that today. I just realised. But that was nice to work on too. Again, I wanted to work on some ghosts just to kind of like, I don't know, it's not really art block, but that's the easiest way to talk about it, is that like all my other stuff is causing me so much issue that it just feels like art block. But like a really special kind of evil art block that I can't do the normal things to break out of. I don't know, it's so weird. It's like everything is just fog. It's like my whole brain is soup. But I worked on those and I think they're cute. They look like siblings. They go together as a pair and I think they look like siblings and that's kind of cool. I will put them in the shop for you so you can pick them up after you watch the video if you're interested. Just digitally at the moment. I'll get them printed for UK people eventually, but just not right this second. Everything is so slow at the moment that I don't really want to add more stuff to the shop because I don't trust myself to pack orders and walk to the post office. I'm just having a bit of a difficult time with it all. Apart from that, I don't know what I want to talk about this week. I should have found some questions from before to answer because we're only 13 minutes in and there's still like 8 minutes to go. What else do I want to talk about? What else do I want to work on this week? It's Friday, there's no this week left. The new Insidious movie came out. Can we talk about that for a minute? Really pushing the boundaries of what's appropriate to talk about in a journaling video, but I love horror. Maybe it's relevant because of the zine. Let's pretend it's relevant. I love horror movies. I really love the Insidious franchise, and I had no idea that the 5th and final movie was coming out. I did not know that, and then the trailer dropped and I was like, what is that? And then I like saw the red door and I was like, is this an Insidious movie? And it was, and now it's out. It's been out. It came out today. I think my brother is visiting this weekend, touch wood, I don't want to jinx it, and I think we might try and see it. He doesn't care, like, don't get me wrong, he does not care about this movie at all. I don't think he's seen the other ones. But he did say tentatively that he might go with me to see it. And I hope that happens because When I tell you that I love these movies, I just think they're so fun. I love it when a horror franchise has a whole universe with lore. I think it's so fun. Like, I like the Insidious movies a lot. I think they're a really fun idea. I guess maybe in some respect there's something kind of relatable about them. Like, bear with me. But like that whole thing when they're in like the in-between place and they're moving around is kind of like, I don't want to say that that's like literally relatable because that would be silly, but I feel like I spend so much time half awake and half asleep and feeling very in between and a bit stuck, and like I'm navigating a very in-between place between consciousness and unconsciousness. And often that does come with like weird hallucinations and like auditory hallucinations, you know, the Hat Man. That kind of thing. I actually normally see the old lady, the crone. I don't know what you call her, but I normally see the old lady. Just a little fun fact. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but Wednesday is snoring across the room. Can you hear it? I don't know if you'll be able to. That's so sad. She's like honk shoe snoring. Oh, if she was as close as she normally is, she'd be able to hear it, but she's all the way in bed. Anyway. I'm sorry, it's cracking me up. Anyway, I really want to see the new Insidious movie. I think it looks really good. I think it looks really fun. I would like to see the story wrapped up. I'll let you know if I see it. If any of you want to see it, can you tell me as well? Because I feel like no one cares about this movie, but I really care, like, no rational amount about this movie. It's nice when they release a horror movie in the summer to keep you going, you know? I just think it's cool. If you think I sound weird, it is because I am like barely containing my laughter at Wednesday snoring. She snores a lot. I should try and film it properly one day, but like she is a real snorer. She is always just lying on the sofa like a honk shoe snoring, like with her whole body, her whole tiny body. It's really something. Can you tell me in the comments, because I feel like we don't talk that much in the comments, like I haven't asked you guys a comment question for a while. Tell me your favorite horror movie or like spooky movie, just so I can try and revive myself slightly. Like I feel like maybe I would feel better if I spent a week watching nothing but spooky movies. You can list some obvious ones if you want, but extra points for less obvious choices. Anything spooky, moody, gloomy, I will accept. It doesn't have to be horror explicitly, because I know a lot of people don't like horror, but extra points for horror people. I would be interested. I would like to make a very big list. I feel like I haven't really seen that many movies in the grand scheme of things. I've seen some movies, but I have a hard time staying awake to watch them, so I haven't seen as many, I think, as I would like to. But maybe it is something I'll try. I will try and watch some new spooky movies in the next couple of weeks. And then I could always make a page in the zine about it too. It could be like a community page in the zine. Yeah, please tell me. I don't know what I've been talking about this whole video. This has been a weird one. I'm so sorry. It's been a weird week for me though. Next week I will try and upload an Attic Archives episode. As I say, I have been working on it. It just didn't pull together this week because I've done too much sleeping, and not enough interesting existing for the video, I guess. I've not really done enough that you can film. I am kind of doing a lot of work curled up in a ball on the sofa at the moment, which is not very conducive to video filming. I don't really have the energy to sit at my desk for long periods of time like I used to. I've actually been thinking about maybe swapping out my desk chair for an armchair, but I feel like if I do that, it's really committing to just destroying my posture long term. It's already quite bad. I always sit like a pretzel at my desk, but I don't know, maybe that would make it easier somehow. I don't know if an armchair would even fit under a desk. Like, maybe it wouldn't even work. I'm not sure. Anyway, it's not relevant. It doesn't matter. Yeah, things have been weird. I am very in between. This is the problem. I feel like I'm never completely lucid. I feel like I'm never 100% awake, and it's making me a bit weird. It's like a bit, not delirious, but you know what I mean? I do feel like I'm always towing the edge of like that sort of weird giggly mood when you're half asleep. Like, it's just, I don't know, it's been a lot. And we only have 9 more months to look forward to until my appointment, so things are looking optimistic for the state of the channel. I will keep making videos though, don't worry. If for nothing else, the routine helps me, and it's nice to have stuff to look back on, even if it's weird stuff. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry that it's been so all over the place. I hope I talked about something useful. I can't even remember now. Thank you always for being so supportive. I know a lot of you deal with different disability and mental health stuff, so I'm never as loopy as I look. And a lot of you guys are really understanding, but it is strange to go through, especially because I just spend so much time home alone. Like, it just doesn't help. Everything always feels very strange. And then I have to come on here and act like a human for 20 minutes a week, and it's just, sometimes I can't do it. Yeah, I'm wrapping up the video now. Why did I say that out loud? Okay, I'm doing it. I'm wrapping up the video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back next week with an Attic Archives. Hopefully I'll have seen the Insidious film. Let me know your favourite horror movies in the comments, please. And I hope you're all coping a bit better than I am this summer, because I think between the heat and my other symptom stuff, I'm losing the plot so badly. I think a lot of people are struggling with the heat this year. It's been very strange. It came on very quickly, and then this week has been cooler again, and it's just like the whiplash is not the one. But I hope you're all doing okay. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to mute me, you all should have muted me. Definitely mute me on your next watch through. But I will see you next week with a normal video. Take care. You were snoring so loud Wednesday, you don't even know. It's embarrassing for you. She's a paid actor.